Hi, my name is Amanda Gustin, and I'm the Public Program Manager for the Vermont Historical Society. Today we're going to talk about an object from our collections. So the object I'm standing in front of is currently on exhibit at the Vermont State House as part of the centennial of women's suffrage, the right for women to vote in the United States. And this object is on exhibit because this is a legislative desk from the Vermont House of Representatives that was used by two of the most important women in Vermont's political history. The first woman to use this desk was Edna Beard. Edna was elected in 1920 as the first woman to become a state representative in the state of Vermont. She chose number 146, seemingly at random, to seat her desk, and that's the desk that's on this side here. And the newspapers tell us that it took a long time for someone else to choose 145 until Horatio Luce of Pomfret finally chose 145, and the newspaper tells us he took his seat amidst laughter and applause. A little bit of a mixed reaction there. Edna Beard was originally from Orange, where she was a teacher. She served just a short time in the House of Representatives and then moved on to become the first state senator in Vermont, but she retired from that position in the state senate due to ill health, and she passed away in 1928. So she didn't serve for long, but long enough to make her mark as the first woman to serve in the Vermont state legislature. So I mentioned that this desk was used by two women in Vermont political history. And one of the most fun historical coincidences, this desk, number 146, was also used by another remarkable woman in Vermont history. Her name was Consuelo Northrop Bailey, and she went to UVM and then went on to BU Law School. In 1926, she was the first woman admitted to practice before the Vermont Supreme Court, and then in 1930, she became a state legislator. Then in 1950, she was elected as a state representative, and then became the first woman to become Vermont's Speaker of the House in 1953. In 1954, the fall of 1954, she was elected lieutenant governor. She was the first woman in Vermont history and the first woman in American history to be elected lieutenant governor of a state. Now, Bailey also sat at number 146. So both of these women shared the same desk in the House of Representatives, about 20 years apart, closer to 30 years apart. But Bailey didn't choose it because of Edna Beard. There already was a plaque on the desk saying that Edna Beard had sat there, but Bailey actually chose it because her father had sat there. He had served one term as a legislator in 1900. So for her, desk number 146 held a totally different meaning. However, it does, as I said, make for a fun historical coincidence today to know that two of these women who are so important in Vermont's political history both sat at this exact same desk in the Vermont House of Representatives. Thanks for joining us. To learn more about the Vermont Historical Society, check out vermonthistory.org or follow us on social media.